Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment he made?
I comment on bars to these.
Run Ryan.
Ryan.
And here's the thing, you have players out there.
I think the fellas were taken more serious.
No way. What grade?
That one had to go.
Yes, because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United are
Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United. A little bit of a delayed match reaction for our first game of the 2026-2027 Premier League campaign, right? And I mean, it wasn't the result that we all anticipated. We all, went in expecting it. It definitely wasn't the result. You know what? I blame him early kickoffs in it. That is why we lost. Right? We have been victims of the 7:30 a.m. starts, and that had to stop. Right? That have to stop. So that's what for me. That's what it come down to. Right? That's what it come down to. Is the 7:30. Probably if we'd start if the game did kick off 11 or 10, we might have win. Oh God, but on a real, for us fans waiting about 3 months to watch our team play, only to get played off the park by a promoted team. Right? Really? And I think this was a low moment for us, we got humbled. And the performance from the entire team was totally unacceptable. And I think Carrick had to hold some smoke too. I mean, it's just one result in the grand scheme of the season where you'll have 37 more games to play. And if we go on and we kick on, this result will be quickly forgotten. But it doesn't also mean that, to sit down and stomach it wasn't disappointing and deflating. So Phil on the inside. Phil, it's been a while. Glad to have you on the panel. Simeon, why fellas, what we saying? And probably we could get off one time. Where did it go wrong for us yesterday? Go through.
Yeah, as always, glad to be back. It's been a while. Went through the whole World Cup, and then World Cup post-depression, and 3 months of not listening or hearing anything Manchester United related, and transfer window and what's not. And then we get to starting at 7:30 in the morning, as you mentioned. Long story short, it's not obviously the way we want to start the season. And it's funny because these newly promoted sides, we know they can cause trouble. They've done it to bigger teams. They've done it to big teams in the past. I know it was probably like maybe 2 or 3 seasons ago. I think when Brentford got promoted, they beat Arsenal 2-0. And the other results where other promoted sides have, been a buzzkill for certain fans of big teams, right? So it's Hull. And Hull, I think, came dead last in the championship playoff, which is interesting. And then you get to the 7:30 kickoff, and you go to the end of the game and you realize that the minutes that Hull scored, they actually covered more distance than us. They sprinted more, which means they obviously out-sprinted us, and they were always going at a high intensity in between that interval of when they scored. I think it was like they scored, I don't know, like at a 10th minute or some shit like that. I don't know. No, not so early. Probably like the 15th or 16th minute, something around those lines, right? So between when they scored and that second goal, they were always doing high intensity I always look into man mark, right? And that's the newly promoted side. How long will that last? I don't know. But at least they got the first big game out of the way and they got 3 points. Manchester United yesterday, we've been talking about Michael Carrick ball, and all of a sudden just disappears in one game. You're trying to tell me what were we doing in preseason? I didn't watch much of preseason, but at the end of the day, I saw the training camps and I saw little clips of what we're doing against other teams in preseason. And you're getting a little bit excited, but I'm not getting carried away, right? My main question is why start 2 new signers in midfield that have never played together, right? I kind of questioned that before the game kicked off, but I was like, okay, no problem. Let's see how this goes, right? And Tielemans didn't do well. Andres Santos was okay, but the main culprit was Bruno Fernandes. He had an absolute stinker. Like, the guy was no good, obviously, in midfield that day. And I can leave it there for now. I know that you guys have a discussion as well too, so I'll leave it there for now.
I mean, let's say where do we start? But we see where we start. I mean, we lost. It's crazy because we ain't no messing around, ain't no fooling around this season. To get right to it. Ain't no. We figured we'd have the first few games would be easier games where we could build momentum and whatever issues we have get ironed out without losing games. But we right away, we lost the first game. I mean, I think, he said we weren't right to play. Whether it be Carrick picking a team that didn't really get going in preseason, didn't have enough preseason, in their legs. And then, you have Bruno who didn't look, I wanted bad talking, but he didn't look like Bruno. He did normal, Bruno nonsense, but he didn't look like he was sharp at all. A lot of players didn't look like they were ready to go yesterday. And you wonder why, the lineup he chose was so didn't really feature and play well in preseason. I wonder if it's some kind of Ahmad wasn't ready to go, but we've seen Cunha up front a little bit, and then they didn't really go that well. Yet we see him again. As a lot of questions as to if this team was ready to play yesterday. It didn't look so. I mean, I think we talk about having these signings and stuff. The reason you spend money on these big signings is so that even on the bad days you can still pull out a winner. We don't have that kind of talent gap. In a talent gap we have, but if you watch Arsenal play Coventry and you watch and then the next thing you watch is us playing Hull, you see the big difference. Coventry couldn't touch Arsenal in movement or speed, physicality, nothing. Couldn't touch them. They couldn't get a foothold in the game. We didn't have advantage in either either of those things. Whatever advantage we had in experience and skill was matched with intensity, purpose from Hull, and you see what happens. So I mean, I think this game. I mean, there's so much to talk about in this game that I guess we'll get to, but a lot of it has to go to Carrick, with the team he put out there to begin and the team he had there to end.
Yeah. And so going through the comments, I realized that there were some comments that were there on the stream from yesterday. So I just want to be fair to the comments that came before us coming live now, right? And I just need to check if I get some feedback. Yeah. So I just want to be fair to the comments that would have come before, and then we'll go through, right? So, but Dr. J on the inside, thanks for joining. Right. I know we this was from yesterday, right? So you're saying here in from the beginning, same issues we see under every single manager with some of the same culprits. I think MC means Michael Carrick also didn't start the team who were match fit. Instead, he picked the stars. All right. He's also saying here, preseason was a waste of time if we were always going to just play the big names and not the players ready for the season who earn a chance. You're hitting some real shots here, bro, on target, right? We get in Baleba, but we need two of him. Back five is Carrick kryptonite so far. And you know the thing about this, and I know we'll get into this, but all through preseason, from what I heard, Hull has been playing a back four. But they did their homework and they realized that we struggle against back fives. So there you go. Right? Mr. Potas 5000, good night and thanks for joining. All right. We had to lose so that we keep Spurs company in the relegation zone. All right. Dr. J saying here, new left back, new striker, and that's athletic centre mid. And well, that one unlikely because I mean it was always just gonna be three. Because Michael Carrick seemed to love Mount and he could make up the space, right? Shaw and Maguire, veterans who didn't organize the back set plays, same problems from years gone, individual errors, lack of concentration. We've been here before, all right? Mr. Potter saying here we won't get another central midfielder, no chance. All right, yeah, we are Mount. King Ivan on the inside, good night, thanks for joining. Prime Maguire is back holding down his own players. All right, and Mr. Potas 5000 saying we need a left back and striker. Cunha was disgraceful. Arun on the inside, thanks for joining, man. Good night to you. All right, so I will hold, those were the ones that I think will be for. So I'll go into the other comments after we get Chef thoughts. So Chef, welcome with the vibes, and we just want to know, so you know, where did it go wrong for us yesterday?
I feel our team still on the boat ride. We didn't come off the boat ride. We like to party because that could be the only reasoning for that. I can't even call that a performance yesterday, Dred. To me, like the only person got the memo that the season starts is Lamens. Jesus, thank God for he. And I can't believe that we back here again. Had to depend on the goalkeeper to keep us in a game, to keep us from getting embarrassed. Come on. Yesterday was deplorable. And the thing is, Chad, I'm not even going on. People want to say, well, play the men who inform or well, they want to who you wanted the man to play yesterday. The twin. The twin who we cussing whole preseason? Come on, man. You know, and again, an argument that we've been having on the pod as fans constantly is no matter who plays, supposed to be able to start, supposed to be able to come off the bench. If you're getting picked in the Manchester United first team, then it's a first team player. So yesterday was just terrible, boy. God.
But that's an interesting point to make, Chef, and I want to get Phil's thoughts on this because the point that the comment made is, you know, the purpose of preseason is for match fitness, match sharpness, you know, being ready for the start of the season as opposed to trying to catch those lengths while it matters, right? So if now, and I made this comment some time ago, I don't know if it's when we were talking in our personal chats or when it was the last podcast. We saw our best football. We were all waxing lyrical about Carrick ball without Bruno, without Cunha. Now, this is not me, guys, you know, trying to...
That's what it was.
Right? There's not me trying to create no agenda and demonize them boys and them fellas is quality players. But the point I'm making is the football that we were so pleased and impressed with during preseason and not accepting the argument that we didn't play nobody because we play Atletico,
Come on, man.
PSG, right?
And Milan.
Well, Milan, that is when I think everything's at go downhill because Bruno and Cunha play, right? Right? But the point I'm making is everybody was impressed and waxing lyrical about Carrick ball and, you know, possession and we moving the ball nice and we doing this and we doing that. Why not start with that team? Or even why are we insisting on playing these players, you know, into form when we could gradually bring them into the game, Phil?
Yeah, because I mean, it looks kind of hypocritical, and you are part of a team in preseason that is being clipped on YouTube for playing this Carrick ball, and as a player, you're kind of like excited. Okay, let's see if I can not only continue this form, but continue to impress the manager, right? Which some players have been doing. And then all of a sudden, the game versus maybe it was AC Milan, maybe you're like, okay, maybe I'll come off the bench and make some impression. No, you don't. Then the game versus Hull City yesterday, not a sniff for some of these players who were impressive versus preseason. So it's almost like, okay, you guys that don't play during the main season, here's your chance to try and impress me. But then when my main players come back, then I'm sorry, right? And that's giving Ole Gunnar Solskjaer vibes there. That's giving Ole Gunnar Solskjaer vibes right there. And if you're going to head down that line again, then Michael Carrick, when December come, you might be in a different job. And that's not the Manchester United main coach job, right? So, that's all I'm going to say for now. I got some other stuff to say, but I'll give the panel a chance to talk.
Yeah. Simeon, go through.
No, I mean, he said, I mean, that Solskjaer vibes. I mean, you know, Solskjaer had some great ideas of what he wanted to do with the team when they were, you know, when he had the three up top, Martial, Greenwood, and Rashford. You know, he had all these ideas of what he wanted to do, and then he gets, you know, he's like getting players coming in that he wasn't expecting. All of a sudden, yeah, changed up the way he did things. You know, and you look at the way Carrick is going, it seems like he has more, you know, the opposite of Amorim. Amorim was so tied to his system that, you know, to a fault. And now we have a player, a coach in Carrick who is so tied to his players, you know, that he prefers to a fault. You know, if Carrick ball is working so well, why at no point in the match did you switch to a lineup that you saw was playing the best Carrick ball? You know, and this is, you know, is what triggered me. You know, I was glad that, you know, Rashford came on, you know, into the second half to replace Dogu because Dogu was playing a mess. But at the same time, you know, you have to question, well, why do we need Rashford on if, you know, you had players who could have played, you know, Carrick ball. You know, I feel like we slipping back into that, you know, that time period where it's all about the players that he likes, you know, and the preseason is evident. I mean, did Sesko play in preseason? I want to see Sesko. I think Sesko playing is a must for us to be great. But at the same time, the man come out there with no preseason and looked it. I mean, you know, and the guys, you know, like Cunha, I already mentioned Bruno, who look like he's still, you know, not ready for his preseason. I just feel like too many players out there, and even Shaw said it. It's not an excuse. You know, Shaw said afterward, the guys, you know, they have to get going. I'm like, why? Get going for when? You know, why we always have to get going into the season when the season starts, you know, yesterday? Why we have to get licks from Hall to be, you know, oh well, we'll be ready next time. So I think it's a lot of it is the coach. A lot of it is the board trying to bring in players after the season start, like Baleba. I mean, I like Santos, I like Tielemans. I mean, I know enough about them, but seeing them play, you realize they don't have the variance. You need a physical, tackling midfielder. They both kind of remind me. I mean, my knowledge of, I say Manu, but in general, control of a game is what Manu does. You need somebody else back there with the speed, the intensity to, marshal that midfield and make sure, men feel, get a kick here and there in the midfield. And not having one of those in the team is really glaring right now. And when you say we need another midfielder, I said 3 before, but seeing that some of our players are so alike, we might need another Ugarte, but we need somebody else with legs in the midfield. Baliba can't be the only person there. I mean, a lot of stats from the game yesterday were in our favor. But one of the main things was duels won. They won 50-35, something like that. So we have possession and stuff, but when it comes to this, get in the area, they were more, they let us have the ball until it was time for them to take the ball. And we wouldn't win the ball back at a good enough rate. And that shows that, we lack that physicality and we're not really built for it to begin with. I look at, the type of team that, that Hull is, you see it. If you're not going to match up physically with the East fellas, at least you need to have a higher technical ability, a coach that could put you guys in a better space. We didn't see none of that. And I don't think Santos and Tielemans were terrible, but the gap that they were supposed to have was the technical ability to play passes, clean passes, line breaking passes. That was supposed to be their ability and control the game. We didn't see enough of that.
Yeah. Before going through the comments, Chef, you want to add anything on that? All right, nice. So, Dr. J saying here we had 2 issues of attack, all of them not match fit. Well, I could argue Mbumo match fit, Dogu match fit, but I don't know, right? I wasn't ever convinced about Dogu as that type of player for these kind of games, right?
We get away with that shit last season with Dogu. That ain't gonna happen this season.
Yeah. He's saying here Tielemans, Bruno Cunha only played 90. And Dogu's not a left wing. Okay, good. So yeah. He's saying the second issue is the back veteran Sean Maguire Maz. No organizational leadership. Heaven is at the least culpable as a 20-year-old. Right. Also didn't play Jay-Z despite him being sharp all season. Ahmad injured again. Right. Richard on the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining. He's saying here we did what we usually do, take smaller teams for granted and pay the ultimate price again. Right.
One just be not cutting it. The one man I think, and I guess had to be feel hard done is Xerxes. The man play whole preseason. You play a man whole. It's not every game Xerxes play.
He didn't play the Milan game.
He probably play him to get sold for a high price. Probably why. You never know.
Nobody think about it. What was disappointing is that we've always been hearing people saying that Xerxes is not the type of center forward we need, right? He's a 9.5, he's a 10, that kind of thing. So we saw Carrick use him in a way in the 10, and we saw how effective he was in the 10 in the league game and the game before that, right? So everybody was thinking, well, okay, Carrick, figure it out, and bam, so we're gonna get the best out of the player. And then Milan come on happen. Bruno Stinko, he joined for 90 plus minutes and he didn't get take off. And again, come yesterday, Bruno Stinko rejoined, didn't get take off, and instead of going for Xerxes, who actually showed he could do something in the 10, he went for Lacey and played Cunha in the 10. And then when he take off Cunha, who he bring on? He bring on somebody when he take off Cunha. I can't remember who it was. So it went to show that probably what Phil's saying is correct. He never really rated the player. He don't trust him. And it was just really, kind of shopping him. So so Richard saying here, what's okay? Yes, bam, we get that right. Dr. J saying here, Maguire and Shaw, they are here next year, and we will see the same at some point, right? Need to upgrade the defense by next summer after upgrading other areas the last 2 summers. A left back who can't sprint. Yeah, and I mean, this is not me, going on out on no limb for Ineos, but last season was 3 attackers and a goalkeeper. And this season, this window, it looks like 3 midfielders and a left back.
That defense gone. I can't see that defense. I know we'll get to that, but dog, that left side yesterday, Jesus.
But I have a question, and I'm going to ask it, and I want to hold it until I finish with the comments, right? Do you all think, this is our overreaction, and is it because it's only 1 game, and we will see better against Ipswich going forward, right? Hold it out, right? Yeah. Richard saying here, I don't know why Mino didn't start over Santos, right? And we had the Chelsea man inside. Right, thanks for joining, right? So, all they play yet, bro. All right. Richard saying here, the only thing Shaw could organize is a sick leave. Oh, God. Dr. Jason here, anyone see when Maguire dribbled past Santos and play left wing and stayed up to be Beckham? Hero complex instead of leading by instructing the defense to be alert. Right? I don't know, that could have been instructions to us because at the back end of that game, Carrick seemed as though he was just throwing the kitchen sink, right? Adrian Duncan on the inside, thanks for joining. Good night to you.
Good night.
Dr. J say here, Xerxes should have played. He even in his goal shy form would have been better than a dead Cunha. Right? Yeah, but Cunha and Carrick, good. Richard said the next thing is Bruno would have been coming off the bench for Xerxes because all preseason Xerxes impressed, and it went downhill for us when Bruno started in the Milan game. Yeah, I think everybody's seeing that, right? But we come in to realize it's a preference thing, and that is just, some managers tend to die on that hill, and then like some people just pray to drop Bruno. Right, Kerry saying here some men get played in preseason to get sold. Right,
you would know that. That's what Chelsea does do self.
Yeah.
And Chelsea get big money for the players too. We can sell Rashford. Anyway,
it's only we don't know how to sell.
Yeah. King Ivar on the inside. Good night. Thanks for joining. Is Rashford our best left wing? All right. And then Dr. J. No, Rashford needs to leave. All right. Carrick have favorites. I don't like that. I don't like faves from any manager. Play who in form. Yeah, that's what we asking for, right? That's all the fans asking for. Right? The defense too young plus too old. Need prime next windows. I watch how Arsenal went and get this guy Konsa from Villa. Easy, and you would think that they have enough because they have this guy.
Mascara. Canasar. Where your name? The next one.
They got Mascara, Hincapie, Gabriel, Ben White, Jurriën Timber. But so don't forget Saliba out for 3 months, right? So.
Yes, Saliba out, and then Timber out. But I think they still have enough depth that they didn't need.
Well, apparently them and things so, and that's a serious team.
Well, this is it.
Since everybody raping us Villa, why not? Dread Villa get a beating. Jesus. I feel sorry for Emery now. I watch Emery face, and Emery like, why? Emery, the only thing Emery do is raise up the Ballotino Mario jersey saying why me, because God, that man don't deserve that, boy. Jesus Christ.
I'm telling you, this season will be it got plenty of surprises, I feel,
Yeah. It doesn't start.
Yeah. I'm really sorry Bournemouth had to concede so late now. That upset me.
Yeah, boy.
Anyway, Dr. J saying
Castle
here.
too.
Yeah, and Castle too, yeah. What we saw versus Hull is what we saw versus Milan. back fives will continue to be an issue if we don't find a solution. Neno was no better than Santos. All right.
And if you all realize something, I hear to say why Mino didn't start. All you saw Kobe kind of stretching that hamstring. Kobe and fitter. So just throwing him to start. I watched that and I said this youth ain't fit. That World Cup vacation he now take, he recover it.
Yeah, I didn't notice that, but I'll keep my eye on that. All right. King Ivor saying here, Amarim gave everyone the blueprint to beat us. All right.
Amarim, yes.
Yeah, boy. Dr. J saying here, Arsenal by Saliba and Gabriel within a year and transform. That's what we need. All right.
Centre backs.
Yeah, they say defenses win championships, right?
Yeah.
Attackers win games, right? Santos will come good, but the new midfield will take time, I guess. All right. So, guys, question on the floor. Chef, I can start with you.
Sure.
It's only one game. Is there a need for, panic or overreaction because we have 37 games to go?
Manchester United fans kind of hennish when they want to be here. But so, that is one game. Take it down. I'm not making no excuse, All I saying, we could talk the things, but some kind of overreaction I start to hear already. It's like, dog, this season now start, boy. Want to tell you, take it down a little bit. So, what I would say is, go and get a left back. That much I'm sure about. I'm not coming off that hill. We need a left back because sure ain't it.
Yeah. Phil, you want to jump in here?
I guess slightly agree and disagree with Chef, but I'll start with the disagreement first, right? If we had seen patterns of what we produced in preseason in the Saturday game, and we still lost, I would be like, okay, no need to panic, no need to overreact. But then you see the games that we're playing in preseason, and you come to think, okay, let's just write off the AC Milan game and say that was just a bad day at the office. No, I'm not panicking, right? But it's more of like, what the hell did we just play against Hull? Nobody was up for it. There was no repetition of what we did in preseason. There was no sense of urgency. Hull came there saying, look, F it. It's Manchester United. We are here for vibes. If we stay up, we stay. If we don't, we don't. But at least put in a good effort and fight against these big teams. And the first big team to come out against, 2-0, right? I am going to be a bit lenient for right now, but it'll be a different conversation had we played this same way versus Ipswich at home next weekend. It could be a different conversation. Okay? I could be a bit lenient. I could just say, okay, bad day at the office, 37 more games to go, but we can still complain, right?
Definitely.
As I tell my manager at work, I gotta complain about the work you give me, but I'm gonna still do it. I'm still gonna do it, but I gotta complain about it. So let's see how this team, if Michael Carrick feels the exact same team versus Ipswich, I gotta have concerns, but I'm not gonna be like, okay, I gotta give this team another chance, right? Because it's only the first game. But should we not look convincing versus Ipswich, then this conversation, Reem, is going to be totally different. That's all I'm say for now.
Yeah. I want to put while we keep it on that point, right? I want to put the comment from the Hull City manager post-match. All right? He's saying, we watched Manchester United 3 times, once live, and we saw their problems. Then we tried to use it today. All right? So I mean, it sends a real message to us as fans because when I watched the game, and this is why I want to get at. When I watched the game, I saw okay, let me just go back a bit. Every single game in preseason, guys, two things was constant. We always conceded first, right? And the second thing is set pieces. We always get licks on our last post. All the goals we conceded, we were getting licks on our last post. I remember after, I can't remember what minute in the game, a ball crossing, and Mazwari just was able to just tuck his head back and win it because that whole player coming right behind him. And the camera pan on the manager, this guy here, Sergey, and he clapped. So that kind of told me that, and this is before he made this comment, because this comment was post-match, right? So that gave me the thought, the idea that, listen, they know what our Achilles heel is. They know where our weakness is, and they're going to always do it because they are that type of team. Sit deep, play quick players down the wide areas, and play it across. And that last post will be exposed. So for me, it's not a loss to create, panic. But when people are able to see mistakes that we're not addressing and implement something and it work, then this is something that I have to worry about. And I don't need to necessarily wait for our next loss to get a head loss moment, because it will be like I told you, so why it is only not seeing this? Why it is Carrick not, instructing his player, because the whole preseason, we play about 6 games in preseason and every goal we concede was the same thing. So what's going on? Who Carrick not noticing it? Or is it that the players not receiving instructions? What's going on? And that is a problem, right? Because I think we will face more teams who will set up like Hull than teams who would ignore that and just play gung-ho football and get beat. Simeon?
Yeah, I mean, any coach that's been paying attention to Manchester United know to do this. Last 3-4 years, what we like to play, counter-attacking football. That's why I say in the last part, I was like, look at Amorim. He know exactly where the weakness is on his team. He know what we want to do, what we can do. I think, it's 4 things I can look at the lack of productivity in the wing. This is why I was kind of assuming, like, the first thing I hear yesterday morning was Ahmad was out. And we were in trouble. Not just because I like Ahmad.
I got to stop you this, Simeon, because that had me so pissed, boy. Not because Ahmad out, because Michael Carrick said it was nothing serious. That got me so effing pissed, boy. When the man said it's nothing serious to pick a niggle. 6 weeks is something not serious.
But Carrick always doing that. Carrick always doing that.
From the time he said that, Reem messaged me one time, Dan. Me know that man out for a while.
He picked up a little niggle and it's 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Like 6 weeks injured. And 6 weeks injured. And then about 2 weeks to play yourself, 2-3 weeks to play yourself into a little match fitness.
Catch back that form, yeah.
So you're telling me that man out for at least 2.5 months.
Reem, I know you're not a big fan of Jose Mourinho, and there's a bunch of people who are not a big fan of him, but Jose Mourinho always kept it straight up. Man, I said, Luke Shaw, you're fat. That's just one thing. But other than that, man, why these man just can't be honest with us? A niggle is like, okay, he out for maybe a week at most, or maybe he'll be on the bench versus Ipswich. This man is coming back in October, if math is right. Yeah, end of September, early October, bruv. 6 weeks is not a niggle.
That came out 6 weeks. I know that.
It wasn't officially confirmed by the club, but good sources.
If you stub your big toe, that's a niggle. That could hurt for about a couple of hours in your back. But like 6 weeks, bruv, oh my god. And don't ever get me started on Mason Mount, boy. Oh boy. Jeez. Anyway. Sorry to interrupt you, Simeon.
No. Yeah, the issue is like not just Ahmad and his skills, is the partnership he has with Mbeumo. That partnership they had that was building through preseason, That you need that for a team that don't have a low block. You need that 1-2 passing to break down a low block.
Yep.
And once that was not there, not many partnerships are left on this team. Are not good partnerships, I should say. So that
Certainly not on the left side.
and exactly, Doug on the other side. So left wing play, we had issues with that. Noted. Amrim note that, and then if them fellas want to cross the ball, that's fine because we have nobody in the middle to head it. We have no headers, even on corners. All we have is Maguire. That's all we have. Heaven can't. The fellas can't. Heaven. Euro. Nobody can hit the back of the net. All the crosses going in, useless. And Sesko ain't ready to go yet. So that's part of the attack going. The ability to break down. I mean, then our let me see. I mean, the crosses. I mean, I was kind of when Rashford came on. We want to see Rashford. Dribble past the man and do this, do that. But the thing that Rashford did, I think he kind of very learned, but he did more at Barcelona. Was make good passes to break down low block. He played at Barcelona and learned how to move the ball, pass and move to get better shots. And Rashford, he wasn't great, but at least he may try to make the movement. And I realized that we don't have enough players. I don't know if they're comfortable with each other to do that, but he was making passes and then was moving. It was just hard to watch players who they don't know how to play against a low block. I feel like for years we didn't work out how to play the touch passes in the middle. To the ball in the middle, have a man hold the ball up and play a little 1-2. And the sad thing is the man to do that against a big side is Xerxes. Say what my thing is, Xerxes is one thing, and he's not everything, but the one thing he's good at, who you don't use him for, a big body that can move the ball in tight spaces. That's
He could jump.
Yeah, and I feel like, we have a coach that, use what you have. Use what you have. And if it's more important to sell Xerxes than to try to win a game, I think we're in trouble. I'm starting to see that taking care of players is more important than winning a game with Carrick. I mean, he may have thought eventually we'll find a way by hitting we head against the Rock, but nothing he really did. I'm trying to see what came on. Nothing he really did really move the needle. So. Am I panicked? Yes, I am panicked because I feel like if teams really decide to play against us, some big teams like City won't stop playing their football. But if a team decide, the teams are going to play early in the season, decide that they're going to, have back five and a low block, we might be in trouble trying to figure it out because unless Sesko or Bruno and Forrest get up to speed and do a kind of madness here and there, we're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah. Now the thing about it, and I don't disagree with none of the points that you guys made. Now, I for one have always been banging on about our ability to retain the ball in the middle of the park. Because I always wanted that kind of technical IQ in midfield. We've always had the runners and the pace and power, and when they get them the ball, all they know to do is kick forward. Right? Anytime they try to make 2-3 passes, they're losing it, and we on the back foot. So I am not upset with what Carrick trying to do in how he set up his midfield. Right? I think the issue for me is players not being selected on merit. It's players are being selected because, well, they are probably the big money signings, and well, they are the ones who are the important players around the camp. So we have to make sure and keep them happy, right? And we all know Bruno Fernandes, for one, you can't sub him off, especially if the team not in a winning position, because he can cause it, right? And when I say cause it, I mean he can, undermine the manager. But it's going to be noticeable. You'll see it in his action. You'll see it, right? And when we have taught through preseason that the team is now able to play without Bruno, we are now in competitive situations not being given the opportunity to try to win without Bruno, right? And that I've always banged on about the over-reliance on one player, the over-reliance on Bruno Fernandes, especially when things are not going well, and it doesn't seem to be changing, right? Carrick, instead of taking off Bruno from the 10, he moved Bruno deeper just to keep him on the pitch. And these are the kind of things. Now, don't get me wrong, Bruno, did marvelous things for me last season, and I know, if you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. I understand that, but as a manager, you have to make some real critical calls. You have to make some tough calls, and these are the things this is what is make you into a top manager, when you're able to make these balls decisions, right? Let me get some comments quick, and then we'll move on, right? So, I just want to segue. I'm glad to see that a lot of the views coming from YouTube. Let me keep it up, right? We want to, channel more, send more traffic YouTube way than Facebook, right?
I had time these days to market it. I had time.
Right, I appreciate that, man.
But for 2 more weeks.
Right. So Kerry saying here, Dogu is a makeshift winger. He's only an attempt at Gareth Bale. All right. Dr. J saying here, I saw a theory.
Says the guy who had Garnacho on the left wing. Boy, Ghana, boy.
I saw a theory and think it is right. If Shaw tried to sprint and turn quickly, he will injure himself. So he's playing in fear of injury. That not making any sense.
Dan, you watch how slow Shaw looking in truth? I know Shaw don't have that speed and burst, but I was like, but Shaw gets slower.
Yeah, I mean, Lewis Hall for 65 or get a stopgap until next summer, example, Anthony Robinson or Balde from Barca. Listen, hear what I telling you earlier, and this is not reactionary because I'm watching Hall a while now, right? And even today made it even more, right? That, hey, here now, I telling you, I reach the point, as how GP put it, I willing to spend dotage money on Hall, all right? Newcastle said they don't want to sell, but I sure if we throw dotage money at them, they go be like,
they don't have a choice. They don't have a choice.
They go want to talk, right? So I telling you, from what I'm seeing from this youth man, and when you look at his age and the amount of years you can get from this player, and JP made the point earlier today, right? Van Dijk. Yes, we blazing on Van Dijk for his defensive abilities. But when it comes to the price he paid for, why nobody talking about that? Because look at what he won with Liverpool, right? So you see, sometimes you go talk about he too extra, that too much money to spend for he, but you gotta look at the upside. He young, he's showing potential, he's showing the ability. Next 4 or 5 years, you feel we studying if we spend 75, 80 million on Hall.
How much Liverpool had paid for Van Dijk?
I can't remember. Phil, how much you pay for Van Dijk?
It was about 75, 80.
Yeah, 75, 80 for Van Dijk, yeah.
Yeah. And remember that time how Manchester United fans was like, nah.
But don't forget, Southampton was a shopping place because Southampton had men like Van Dijk and Sadio Mane and
There must be Brighton before Brighton was Brighton.
Correct.
Yeah. So I tell you, I don't mind throwing dotage.
We need a left back. You just have certain positions. Me and Sain spend dotage money or ridiculous money like what the name Spurs pay for some of these players and them, but at the same time, Dan, we just get him, man. Just get a left back now, please, because there's an obvious need for one.
Yeah, but you want to just get any left back, chef. You want to get
you don't want to. But Lewis Hall is a good left back.
Yeah,
extremely good at that.
Yeah, Mr. Potter saying here, Balde isn't the right profile of playing we need.
But Balde isn't Balde a right back though?
Nah, left. Yeah.
Okay.
You see he play much?
I've seen him quite a while, yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know much. I saw some little
And-
clips. He
and-
looked good.
And
Some,
Phil, what
you know,
is
little
your
changes.
opinion of him?
Very energetic. Definitely is one of the type of players that could work with somebody on your right side. Not right side, so on the left side, right? So,
But he gets injured a lot, boy.
he had about what 2 or
No,
3.
I read something about it, and they say that is not accurate because he would have played a number of games last season and season before. So that whole injury talk, I'm not too sure. It's
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
go
would,
ahead, go ahead,
I
go ahead.
would sign him definitely because, as I mentioned, he's energetic and he definitely knows how to defend and he also knows how to attack as well too, right? He's like Wan-Bissaka, but he knows how to attack. Let's put it that way. Right? So
Want the sucker Phil? Nah, man, I don't want to hear that.
no. He's like Wan-Bissaka, but Wan-Bissaka. But let's be real. Wan-Bissaka is the best right back when it comes to one-on-one defending. Let's be real. Come on.
Okay.
There's nobody better in the Premier League. That's the comparison I'm drawing to, right?
Okay.
I see
you're shaking your head.
You mean who was in the Premier? Where one gone?
Aston Villa.
Aston Villa, buddy.
Is Aston Villa gone?
Yeah.
He played today?
Nah.
Can't remember.
Oh, I want to know if I was seeing things.
Yeah.
Right now, Aston Villa have about 4 Man United players in it.
You see- You see this dummy today when he scored the own goal. Lindelof. Is Lindelof the face when he do dotishness, boy. When he do it, yeah, exactly, Simeon.
No,
Like,
but oh God, let's see that by what again allowed to demand to do. That's a real hard luck, right? That was a real hard luck of our own goal. I tell you, you know. But one thing I just want to touch on, as Phil was talking about Balde, right? I was reading a comment and somebody was saying, this is our new Patrice Evra because he have a lot of similarities in terms of his ability in the ball.
What?
He energetic going forward. I don't know. As I said before, I haven't watched the player. I saw some
Aye.
he looked good.
funny enough, I just watch Barca play, but I just don't know this youth. Maybe because I'll be watching Yamal more than anybody. I feel it's that. But I just don't know this youth much at all. And I live in a Barca house, but all right.
Well, let me see if the comments talk about him, right?
Yeah.
So, top man on the inside, good night, thanks for joining. Saying ignoring the defense for so long was always going to have to cause problems, right? Still not a single defender signed this season is mad. All right. And then like to use this phrase, Delete was out for a while now, we come back as I can be signing. Dr. J saying here, weakness is 1, we allow crosses in easily. Sure, don't know how to block a cross. 2, players afraid to take the ball out passing through the box. Afraid of own goal. Coaches need to address this now. All right. We haven't replaced the set piece coach under Ten Hag who left. All right. Ahmad with a 6-week niggle. Delete with a 9-month niggle and Sesko with a 6-month niggle. Yeah, one chip in this way.
Yeah.
All right, Monk foot injury turned into a hamstring. All right, something going on with our medical again after looking good under Amorim and going back to the pre-Amorim times. Yeah. As Simeon say, we have no headers when Sesko out. All right, but fullbacks need to go to the byline and pull the ball back. And I think Rashford was the only one who did that when he came.
Rashford was the only one who was doing it.
Wingers too. We didn't do that because our fullbacks and wingers get to the byline. All right. Jesus Hatcher on the inside. Let's see.
Big brother.
It's a shame. I mean, it's a shame that Rashford had come in and be, he looked good to me. He looked real good. He didn't do nothing spectacular, but he just do what he want a winger to do. And because he wasn't seeing that before, he looked real good.
He looked better than the shit we were seeing. Because personally, for me, it can't be so easy for this man to walk back in his team, boy. But the fact is,
You're right.
You're right. You're damn right. Yeah,
And Cunha ain't play nothing. Cunha play shit. Cunha ain't do nothing this game. So who was starting left side? Who?
Yeah, right now Rashford walking to a real dream scenario. Yes, it had nobody better than him. Nobody. You know. So
Rashford getting an opportunity to shop himself properly.
Yeah, and Carrick don't like him already. So you know, and Carrick know that's the only player he probably have that giving him that. You know. No, now you're still or you're still getting problems. So, all right. So
I was asking if you're starting Rashford next game.
No.
Good question.
No. I say no.
Why, Chef?
Because it can't be so easy for him to come in the team. Right? I just think you feel my petty level. Go on with this man on.
Nah, boy, here now, how things looking right now? Rashford, come on, he look good. So I telling you, I started Rashford. I touch man. No, but the thing about it, if he gets sell, he gone. I happy.
He against.
But what I see we have,
give him a big number, you know. Give him a number 9, yes.
No, but why beyond 9, he can wear 14. I don't care, right? What Rashford offering be on that left side until he required to fall back and defend and he walk. I take in Rashford attack right now because better than Dogu and well Cunha always want to cut inside. Rashford kind of getting us some width, right? Let's just get some comments real quick, guys. So Jesus on the inside, thanks for joining. He said he agreed with Richard, right? I really can't remember Richard's point. I think we didn't prepare for the physicality of Hull. Our two big men, Zirks and Sesko. All right. Dion on the inside, thanks for joining. Long season ahead. Good to get the reality check early and hopefully make the adjustments. With Baleba coming and the players who didn't have much of a preseason now catching up, should only be up from here. I should say this is our hope, right?
Manchester United fans no Baleba injured.
They should.
Okay.
But they say he the injury, I mean, it's on schedule for him to be here after the international break. So
He might pass the medical just now, yeah. So
yeah.
they must stop at the ankle, Phil.
Yeah.
The ankle. And say, well, we ain't gonna check that one because we're already.
You ever watch what a medical is entail?
Yeah.
Is that interesting thing to see what a medical and sports science reach to now?
Yeah.
So I don't know how that one, this stupid Brazilian really thought he was gonna get away with that at Manchester.
No, but I don't think, Chef, if you do, you're reading up on thing, I don't really think he was injured. I just think we wanted to pivot and we kind of
Nari.
Phil, you see it? Did you see it?
see what?
That whole injury talk about Edison was rubbish talk. That man not injured. We wanted to pivot, dog, right? And we throw that away. But no, the club never come out and say that he was injured. That was the report we were getting, right? So we had to be careful how we sticking. But he went back to Atlanta and the man playing. So what injury we talking about? So Dr. J saying it's 75 Liverpool pay for Van Dijk, right?
Yeah, I remember at the time it was a record for a defender.
And 80 was for Maguire. So back then, that was plenty money. That was a record fee, right? That might be 100 million or something now. We were supposed to get Van Dijk from Celtic and didn't. So, right? The unseen here. And a left back has to be loading, definitely. Right? Get PL proven stopgap. Then Lewis Hall in the summer if we can't get him now. Right? Rashford needs to go. It's not going to be good for squad harmony, but the players staying need to learn what to do. Right?
I honestly don't think so. I think when it comes to the harmony vibes, Marcus actually well liked by plenty of them fellas on them.
Yeah.
So but my petty side just listen. I want Marcus if Marcus is going to stay, I want him to do well. Because if he does well, my club will do well. But it can't be easy to just,
Yeah.
you know. But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
also
yeah.
get with Simeon saying that, and Reem saying that, based on yesterday game, you didn't have nobody else on that left side with that expansive skill. Let me put it that way. But I just don't want to see no walking back on defense. Get
No,
your
from the
backside
time-
back on.
From the time he started walk, the fans go again his shoulder, you know? So
Marcus have plenty to prove to. So
yeah, plenty, definitely. You know, I guess watching my own. I agree with the majority that I will not be upset if tomorrow we get here, we go Rashford going somewhere else. But Dread, what I'm seeing here from Dogu and what we know Cunha to do, Rashford really offering us something different, and I think it could be beneficial. All right,
Marcus basically offering us what we know we'll get from him, you know.
yeah,
Let's be
I know.
real. We
I know.
watching this man over 10 years.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to blow a fuse after that performance, right? But I tell myself, now we gotta go through the next 7 days of social media and always being reminded of how we played versus how. If we had a
boy.
If we had a Champions League game on Tuesday, I go like, all right, cool, no problem. Hopefully the guys will like bounce back, beat some European team, and then we win, and then we'll forget all about Sunday. I mean on Saturday, right? But we gotta go through this till next weekend, right?
A whole weekend.
yeah. And Sunday game, you know, the wicked.
But hear me, Dan. I wake up and I find like waking up early in America is different to waking up early in Trinidad, boy. I wake up early, organize myself for work, right? I'm on orders, I could watch this. Here I tell myself, now boy, best I did stay in my bed, boy. After waiting months, done. Manchester do we acting? Boy, you're on this girl, you get the girl, and you're looking for this thing, and she busting she style, and you're waiting, you're anxious, and then you finally get it like, that is what you was waiting. That is what Manchester do me Saturday, boy. Manchester make me, but that is what I was waiting on, so boy. Just let it stay in my bed, boy.
You fail to realize that the rain was falling on Saturday morning. You know?
Yes, Trent.
You know when a rain fall, you don't want to get up out of your bed.
No, boy.
And then but chef, who messaged me at 6:30 in the morning, Reem. I forget to turn off my wireless on my phone. So when I wake up by that noise, I said, Jesus Christ, who this could be now? And I forget we go up there at 7:30, boy. Anyway, 11:30 next week. So yeah.
Sunday, that time stretched, so we had to endure longer, you know.
Man got church and thing, yeah.
Yeah. Dr. G saying here, Rashid, this the club. Imagine he come back because we can't organize a team that came third without him. Dion McDonald on the inside. Thanks for joining. Good night to you.
Brother.
He's saying fix that defense. All right.
Yeah.
He also saying here, and he agree with Chef, Rashid can't get in so easy. Whilst I like how he looked, but that says a lot about what we have. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But the thing about Steph, fellas, I really do believe that if we didn't have this Rashford issue in terms of trying to get him sold, we would have bring in a proper left winger in.
I agree with that 1000%. That Rashford situation threw a kink into plenty. It was almost a domino effect for plenty transactions Manchester was doing. I honestly believe that too.
Yeah.
I would say 100% there.
Yeah. Cunha need to play there over Rashford. He shouldn't be in the 9. All right. The saying here, Bruno and Cunha were absent. Wake up. Jody on the inside, blessed night to you, man. Thanks for joining.
Polari master, boy.
All right. Dr. J saying here, yeah, no believe until September.
There you go.
Jody saying here, it's not how you start, but how you finish. And that's the quote that he boiled the hair now. So that is why
that the hair put that. I say, watch at you now. We number 1 fan.
Yeah.
We is now.
Fiorentina.
Yeah, Fiorentina is still there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Reem, I don't give you my thoughts on the game, right, and the team, right? Yeah, man. Yeah. A million adventures. Thanks for joining, right? First game, rude awakening, but we still have a lot to work on. Too early to panic. Edison injury can have a long-term. Edison? Okay, Edison injury can have a long-term effect on a player, so it was a risk bringing him. Okay. Right. You also saying here, stop fight Rashford.
Million gone with that now, boy. You find out doesn't want to say enough in the group about stop fight Rashford. Who fighting, man? Hey, all you so could take, all you could so let that girl hold on you a million times and welcome them back 1,000,001 with her hug, boy. Jesus.
Hug
You
on
can't butter style a little bit now.
yeah, boy. Hug on red carpet and foot massage and thing, boy. Now.
Yes, boy.
Plenty fans at the grounds don't want him back after last year.
Yeah. We know.
After watching his performances at Barcelona, you really don't want him back?
No, I wanted him sold so we can get the money.
Yeah, long time. La Liga is not EPL, and he was a benchman there playing for a top 2 team that couldn't afford to play him. That could afford to play him, all right? Yeah.
Son, but men talking, Million talking this about performances at Barca. If his performances were so good at Barca, why he not still at Barca?
Why Barcelona went for Anthony Gordon instead of Anthony?
Barca say, hire Pancho with that and pay 75 million for Gordon, you know. When they could have paid 25 million for Rashford, the second coming. What are you telling me, boy?
Yeah.
But he was so good at Barca.
I'll get his last two comments and then we'll get back to the conversation. Oh, we had a wrap too, right? Proven a lot else to like. Proven a lot else like
He don't track back off
fight. And he has problems outside of football that will come back if he is in Manchester. Yeah, definitely. Clubbing, gambling and drinking, he has issues that will resurface. And the thing about it is the media going to dig in because
remember we've been talking about this.
Yeah.
Marcus is just that limelight, boy. Sure.
No, I mean the thing with Marcus Rashford is I tell Kareem this all the time. It's just like it's like his presence is just heavy.
Yeah,
it's like everything about him just heavy. Like he carrying a weight on him. Like he never knew how to carry the responsibilities of being a star at Manchester United. Still, it's been a long time. He still can't carry it. You wonder if he's a role model or what. But if he could only, it's still there. He has physically, he has about 2 years to really save his career. But he need I was telling Kareem, he need a psychologist, a bushbat, a nice, woman, a nice sister to make him, calm his spirit down. He needs something. But unless he get that, he just be one of those players who never quite reach their talent level. Yeah, exactly. So it's still time. Luckily he found himself here for him, and right now for us, I guess. Right now for us, he's the best left winger we have. So it's still time to fix it. But that heavy spirit he have is why he's not at Barcelona. That's why.
You see what Simeon said there? And what Simeon just talked about. This is not a no thing with Marcus, Marcus really and truly heavy. That man was supposed to be the next big thing at Manchester United. He had, and I think that's why fans just go so hard on him too, because real fans that watch a man as he is a Manchester academy, true and true everything about his Manchester, and you just dog we so boy after all this time. Remember, Mark, even when the early days when Marcus do little shoppiness, people used to defend him, but you just that man, he just never. Simeon hit it. He just never learned to carry himself as a star. And that didn't mean and this little stupidness the man used to just do, boy. Your club struggling. Boom bam. You in LA with $1 million and something wrong your neck and a full coat. Bro, and it had nobody to tell you, bro. Nobody ain't saying you're not allowed to take it down, but take it down, my boy. Jeez.
Yeah, man,
So-
man, like Rashford and Sancho and Garnacho is almost like when they put on this Manchester United jersey, they think they're the shit and they haven't done shit for us.
Yeah.
So
And
So-
Phil, you know what the thing is? Just quick, Reem, that is almost, we have to say that our club has been breeding that because it's too much players now this happening too, that you see the potential of greatness. And after one season, they might get a bump in salary or whatever, and men head just get swell, and all that what they was putting in just gone.
Yeah. Guys, don't forget to like and share the pod, the YouTube version. I really do appreciate that a lot of us, on the YouTube side and we commenting, but don't forget to share, the YouTube link, right? Let me pause Facebook for a little bit, right? So Phil now sent me a little clip there with that Balde fella. The man looking proper, boy. Looking good. I think he might be somebody that we could use for Champions League. He look real good. So we'll see how it goes. Dr.
He was left out of Barca team today, so it looked like something really going on.
Well, I mean, I think from what I've seen from that little clip Phil Sunday, that look proper, right? But I mean, knowing the physicality, the Prem, I don't know how he could treat with that, but I know definitely he could be an asset in the Champions League, right? His entourage is his biggest issue, his agents and his PR team as well, Dr. J. His PR team.
Yeah.
Them working overtime, them working all knowing, and it's probably 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in England, right? Jesus saying here, at one time it was Trashford, now Washford, right? But decent cameo. Carrick have to take that L, right? Come on, 38 plus crosses, preseason supposed to show you who to start, who have minutes in the legs, etc. Clearly, we underestimated. Yeah. And this is we were saying this at the start of the pod, Jesus. So this is a good point, right? Good point, Chef, on the greatness. All right. So, guys, we with one positive that we could take from this whole game, if any, a positive.
That we have a bad keeper. Thank you, Jesus.
Simeon?
Yeah, I mean, I was worried about Laments after that Belgium World Cup stuff, but coming okay. Sesko, I'm glad Sesko played, even though I didn't really see anything really from him. So yeah,
All right.
that's pretty much it.
Yeah, Phil?
yeah, one positive about the game today is that there's 10 days left in the transfer market. So let's see what people say, right? So
I will go with the majority, and I agree that this guy Laments has to be the positive that come out of that game. If it weren't for him, I think it could have been a more embarrassing scoreline. And I mean, I don't think if we'd play for even a half an hour longer, we'd have scored any goal. So yeah. I mean, I'm just saying here, Balde would be the next
Malacia. Nah.
Jesus.
I'm referring to the left back problem.
Nah.
Wow.
Oh, that's wicked, man. Oh, wicked bad.
Oh, nah, don't say that.
Malacia, you know.
I rebuke that comment in the name of Jesus.
So guys, last point before we wrap it this evening, right? We have, I mean, I don't know about Olia, but I am over the moon with Baleba, right? Baleba
Yeah.
will be, I think the official announcement will be made tomorrow based on reports, right? But there will always also videos of, a little video of him, doing his media duties at Carrington today. So we know it done, right? How you all feel about the Baleba signing, and what problems do you think he would solve coming into our midfield? Phil?
Well, Baleba definitely is obviously energetic and obviously prem proven, but also I think that what Baleba does is he's able to run. He's a good box to box midfielder, right? So at the end of the day, you want guys who are going to work for Manchester United. So him being able to contribute in both attack and defense is what we need, right? I'm looking forward to seeing what he and Kobe Manu can do in midfield. I also think, and I hope nobody shoots me down for this, I think our best midfield trio, if everything is working well, could be possibly Baleba, Manu, and possibly Tillemans. I just want to see something different. So that's
Agreed.
just me. But Baleba, I think, and at the end of the day, great teams, you win with great midfields, right? So I'm glad that we got Baleba for this price as well versus the 100 million as well. I had to put that in there.
Well done, Ineos.
Yeah, I had to put that in there. So 65 mil plus 5 million add-ons is this will be a steal of a deal if come December Baleba is one of the top talked names in the Premier League, right? And we're in a position fighting for the title as well too, right? He could be the reason, but yeah, welcome to Manchester United, Baleba. Looking forward to see how you link up with our midfield, and let's go from there, man. So yeah,
Simeon?
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, I think it's a good signing. I think the profile that this team was screaming for was Baleba. I mean, he's not a bad tactical player. He's that's not what he's really known for. But the ball, he's good in those areas. Ball carrying looks great. But the physicality and the physical presence in the middle is something we need. I think we look at mostly top teams, that position, you see a combination of all those skills, be able to be mobile, pass, and ball carry. I think we need someone that's above average in the area to really compete with the top, the Arsenals and the cities and stuff like top of the league and the Champions League. So I think if he plays like he did year before, I think he, will be the steal of the transfer period. But I still think we need, one more player who could do multiple stuff. I think the lack of speed in the midfield is concerning. And having one player, he will free up the other guys to do more up front. But it's kind of worrying that, if something happens, that, he's the only guy who could really play that role. And you would hope that, the other guys could control a game, so we won't need him to be doing all that running back.
Yeah. Chef, how about you? How do you feel about Baleba?
I like the youth. I like to see the color of my team, I like the color of my players. So yeah, no man doesn't want to say it. I go say it. So yeah, but I hope he does well. I was watching him last season, and I honestly believe that up and down with him coming to Manchester and end up not coming last season, that affect that youth a bit, because he was Baleba had thing, and he played better even when he was playing for the country. So that's a good, and well done to Ineos standing the ground. We ain't paying no 100 million. Could I end up backfiring, but we get the player in the end. So long let him come and do well at Manchester, because God knows he's a player we need.
Yeah.
And I want to say one thing. I'll take me like 30 seconds to say. Baleba last season didn't have his best season, but players just don't go from having a really good season to absolute dog shit overnight, okay? It takes a couple of seasons for a player to be shit, right? So remembering what Baleba did last season, and people are questioning the price and why did we sign him. Like, just give the guy some time, and he will catch by that form. And
Yeah.
Where's the famous saying, for his temporary class is permanent?
correct.
You know? So,
Unless it's Phil Foden.
no, but fellas, I really, if Oliver always not Baleba, I am Baleba. You know?
Yeah. You get somebody to replace Martial finally.
Right? I am Baleba. So I am over the moon with this guy and think about it to see how Carrick, you know, to know that Carrick skill sets he's a midfielder by nature. I know that he's going to turn Baleba into a monster. You know, Baleba have all the qualities. You know, and what I like about the player is he's not just a Ugarte. He's a Ugarte, but he had touches. He could carry. You understand? He could shoot. Listen, the man could tackle. Baleba is the total package. All you understanding how good this man is. This man is the full package, boy.
All right, Baleba PR.
Bro, let me finish.
Nah, but the youth good.
No, the man proper. I watched that game. I really believe that last season when it didn't happen, Ineos tell him, don't beat up. We're coming back for you. You understand what I'm saying? Because that game when we play Brighton,
He look like real shit.
No! When we play Brighton the last game of the season.
Oh, the last game?
Yeah.
Oh.
When Baleba was on the sideline ready to come on, you know, like them dog and them who happy to just, you know, go and think the man was on the side. And when the man come on the field, Baleba know he was playing to just make sure all you remember.
You know who?
15 minutes and look proper.
You know who he remind me of? When you talk about
after the game, Bruno woke up to Baleba. I don't know how much people remember that, but I just pay attention to them.
Yeah.
Bruno
I got
woke
the
up to
clip,
Baleba.
Reem. I got the clip. I got the clip. It's Bruno, Lisandro Martinez. And
Yeah. And Reem said I was telling him, don't worry, brother. Next season, you're there.
You're inside. So I telling you, I guess excited. I can't wait. And I know Baleba gonna be proper for real. Trust me, the man have everything. You know? Let me get these final comments and let's wrap it, guys. So Kerry saying here, one positive is your loss. All is well with you. Yeah. Phil, I think your light went down. Jesus saying here, one positive was Lamens. Then Harry did his best forward, mid, and defense. Yeah, my guy was everything, by. Yes.
Except defense.
Boy, Dion saying here, Balde was good 2 seasons ago under Xavi Bros. He has regressed to a safe pass type of player. Wow.
I saw this online today. Word for word.
I don't know, so I really can't comment on the player. But
I went on the same thing. I went to and researched him, man, because I tell you, I just don't know much about the player. My stepson is a Barca man, and I asked him, and he said, nah, the youth man had thing. He said, but he the last couple of seasons he's been up and down. I said, all right.
Perhaps if we use him, as I was saying before, it might be, you know, a idea to use him for the Champions League games as the stopgap, and then we still go after Hall when we know Shaw ready to jump out, and then we have Hall and Balde. So it could still work, fellas.
Shaw have what, one more season? His contract as this season ends?
I think so.
Okay.
All right. Dr. Jason here, we need a Bruno-less formation for when he rests or needs a sub. Real talk. Yeah, I've been saying that a long time.
That goes without saying.
But we see it during preseason, so what's going on, you know? Eric's on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying Chef wants to make Blackchester United.
I'm glad you catch it, Eric. Well done.
Jesus saying here, easy rim. He has shown many good attributes, but let it happen, man. All right. I mean, when I see it all here. You know, I see Dogu wasn't a winger and men fighting man. Watch now, you know. Eric saying here, Baleba could only do so much. we will still need Bruno to be disciplined. Definitely. I mean, guys, I understand the dynamics that surrounding the team, but when we're talking about the player and what the player brings, that is what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so guys, I think that brings us to the end of the pod. You know, it's always good that we can end on a positive, even though the circumstance, you know, wasn't nice, and we have 0 points on the
bottom
table.
of the table.
Well, thankfully we're not, because Villa get 4. Right?
Okay.
Spurs, boy. Look.
Spurs get 3.
Supposed to get 3.
At least we probably was 17.
Check this out. I mean, as you know, we watched Coventry play on Friday, and say, boy, how bad Coventry is. Coventry right below us, right next to Coventry. Right next to Coventry.
Pressure. Anyway, guys, it was nice. So Phil, Chef, Simeon, it was nice, fellas. Those in the comments, we do appreciate it. You know, don't forget to like and share. We know the algorithm works. We want to get more people on the content. We want more people to know that we are wrong, we exist, and we're a safe place for Man United fans to come and express ourselves, you know? And we want to do more viewing and comments and things from on the YouTube site. So
Come on, you. We want to replace Goldbridge. So we want Gary Neville to buy. We come now, man.
You know? So we're gonna be here again on Sunday.
I tired cook, you know. I could sit down and talk about football all day.
You're alone and get paid big money, yeah?
And get paid big money.
Yeah, imagine we having Man United legends on the All in All United podcast.
Listen,
man. Come on.
As we quick note before we go, but big up to Rio Ferdinand, boy. I like to watch somebody just believe in themselves and develop, and Rio whole network turning into something real good. So big up to him, boy.
And the thing about it with Rio Ferdinand, if you listen to some of the interviews with the past Man United players, is even when he was a player and social media wasn't big back in the day, he always used to be recording and doing things.
Yep.
You know, so
he showed that he recording as an actual recording, man, footage of everything.
Yeah.
And he well liked and well respected. So it's good to see when he had left who he was working with and to start his own thing, but the man back himself.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, so we're gonna be here again on Sunday to review what we hoping to be, a recovery game. We get ourselves back on track.
First home game of the season.
First home game, so we better come good. And Carrick and the boys, they know they have to make amends for that disaster class that was yesterday. The fans demanded it of them, and they should demand it of themselves as well. So let's see how it goes. And so until then, guys, see you in the next one. Blessings.
Yes.
Yep.